Okay, Terry, hopefully you can see all this, and it might be a little wiggly because of the holder I have for the phone. I'm going to go into Designer. I'm going to click a new one, and I'm going to say import from cloud, because this, I'm going to bring in something, this children's medical thing. Okay, now it's created a file, and then what I'm going to do is come up here and go down to artboards and say, and that makes it an artboard. And what that means is you can have multiple artboards. If I click here, I have another one. Double tap, and that's an undo. So over here, I'm going to go into layers, and I'm going to add a vector layer. Okay, and I'm going to take this. You can see it's locked already, which is good, but I'm going to take it and bring the opacity down. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into my drawing layer. I'm going to zoom up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a circle. I'm going to select this box here. If you click it again, you get a bunch of different shapes you can choose. I'm going to choose an ellipse. I'm just going to throw it out there. Then I'm going to come up here to this top one, which is the move tool. And I'm going to move it around. So, and I'm sorry, I'm shaky. My hands shake too much. I'm going to move it around so it covers up that. Now what I'll do is I'll come over here to the color, and right there I'm just going to swipe up. Swipe up. There. So what I have is a round shape in here. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to draw lines that I'm going to make sure they're in that shape. If you come back in here, you can see that in this layer here that we created, there's an ellipse in there. Okay, so just for fun, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab, there's different ways to make lines. This guy here is a pen tool, and it allows me to like come in here, click a dot, and click a dot. Okay, now you'll notice those are round dots. That's because my hand is very shaky. Okay, so now I'm going to come up here. This is called the node tool. I'm going to select both of those, turn them into sharps. Okay, now I can come over to the line tool right here, this thing here, and I'll change the width of it. And if I click on it, I can make it, 4. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now what I can do is I can get in here. Oops. Make sure I'm in the node tool. Select it again, make sure I got this one selected. See, before they were both selected, they're both blue. So click out of it, click in here. I'm going to make this longer. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to make it so long that it goes outside the bounds of it. Okay, you see that? Now I'm going to go into my layers. Here's the ellipse, and here's the curve. You can see it's selected. This selects the ellipse. This selects the curve. Well, if I drag it, so it's right in the middle. Do you see? It's now in the ellipse. So it's got that line there. So now all I have to do is I can duplicate that, come over here, drag it up. I can duplicate it again, drag it down to here, duplicate it again, I'm trying to be. It tries to, when you duplicate, it tries to make it, oops, obviously, in the same dimensional. See how it moved it here? And now it moved it close. Oop, they're all coming over a little too much. Duplicate it, go down. Now let's duplicate it again, pretty close. Duplicate it pretty close. Actually, it's doing a good job now. Do you see how the lines, every time I duplicate it, it's trying to duplicate it in the exact same distance from the last time you duplicated it. And there might be easier ways to do this, but I don't know what it is. So here we go, duplicating all these lines, getting a little bit off, but you know what? I don't need to be perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I've got this guy selected here. This is this bottom line. Now what I can do is come all the way down here to the last one, and I'm going to double two-finger select, and it selects all of the lines. Then I can come up here and say group. Okay, so now all those lines are in one group. And the reason I did this, I can actually just turn it off now. Okay, so I've got those lines done. So now what I'm going to do is start creating lines for like the face. So watch, I'm just going to go put a point here. And see it, when you just touch it, it becomes a sharp point. If you, trying to do it without hitting anything, if you touch it and drag, it becomes a round point. And I'll just put that there, I'll put that there, I'll put that, oops. I'll put that there, I'll put this one here, there's another point, this is a curve like this, okay? Now what's cool is I can come over here and select the node tool, and watch what I can do. I can move it up. Now these are these handles. This handle on a sharp point looks like that. On a, it controls one direction. and on a curve smooth point, see when I move the handle, it moves both sides. Okay, this should be this one. This should be a sharp point. Okay, and when I move it out, see how I make that perfectly fit? And I'm gonna make this one so it comes close, but I can move, once I get close, I can move these. Oops. If you tap here, it creates a node. Okay, that's what it is. But if you tap and drag, and I want this to be a little bit out, and this is like that, this is like that, this is, let's make that more perfect. This one goes here, but see how I can just make these circles perfect. Now, again, since that's a little thicker, I'm going to go to the points and make that a 6 point. Okay? So, that's done. Okay? Then what I probably will do, select outside of it, get this, and put a point here, and put a point here, select the node tool again, and curve it around. I'm always coming in, whoops, I'm going to drag this guy so it doesn't have a bump on it, and whoops, keep that perfect there. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go from here to here, select the node tool, it's got a slight curve to it, and this guy needs to come in a little so the bump doesn't show up. And oh, you know what I can do this time? I can select this and duplicate it, drag it over here, then go to the node tool and just bring it up. Okay? Okay, so that's her hair. I'm going to go ahead and finish with her face. So grab this, and I'm going to do something different. It's going to curve up to here. It's going to curve around to here. It's going to curve around to here. And curve around to here, curve around to here, curve around to here, curve around here. And you don't have to be, whoops. You don't have to be that picky. Now watch what I do. I'm going to come to here, but I'm going to come up here and join them. Go to here. And I'll show you why I'm doing that later. And this one looks like the points are a little bit smaller, so put it back to 4 point. Okay, so what now? All of these here, these are all going to be curves. Okay, so I can select a lot of them and say smooth that out, and select all these up here and smooth those out. Okay, so now this guy He doesn't care where he's at. Oop. That guy needs to be sharp. So sharp here. Now I'll make that curve go there. And see how this curve has two things? And when you move it, you got to make sure both sides of the curve are right. So here's this. I'm going to curve it down there. This probably needs to be sharp because I need to curve it. I'm going to grab that point and grab this point. I see something here. So what I might, it's kind of hard to tell where things are. I might do that, okay? Now this one is going to be more like this to get the chin, but see how we're missing this curve shape. So I might put another point in there. See how I'm adding points and this. And gosh dang it, I keep hitting these things over here. You know, everything else kind of looks okay. So, all right, so here's what I wanted to show you. If I take this shape, this shape here, I'm going to move it. Oh, that's the ellipse. So this, she got into the ellipse, which is where I want her. So now I'm going to fill her in with white just to make the color right. Okay, so now it's white instead of the hash marks. Now, what I'm going to do is take this, this, and this, and drag that so it's inside that hat shape. Now, I can take this, which is the face. I'm going to move the face after it. Now, see this line here that was here before? Doesn't show up, okay? Because it's behind the hair, okay? And then, I just want to show you something else while I'm here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do this to here, okay? And come back up here. Go here. Well, now I can go to the line and I can make it wider. Let's make it an 8. But I can take this and make it smaller. See how that's making the ending thing smaller? So that matches up a little better. Let me move it away. Probably 8 is not right. Maybe make it 6 if I can do it. Yeah. So now I'll move that back in, and it's not tilted proper. There. So, you know, that's pretty much how I would do things. I can click here, click here, click here, and see how it's still got this. If I select this dot, I can reset pressure and then put this back to 4 points. Okay. And just for fun, I'm going to move this away. And you can do anything you want. You can curve it in a little bit. This has the point way over here. And this has his point way over here. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go like that. Oh, this needs to be sharp. I'm just bringing this out so I can bring it in a little. Bring this in so the round edge doesn't, there. So that's what that looks like. Now, oh, let me do her, I'm gonna do her, whatever this is. Now you see me doing all these points. I'm gonna make this a 1. And I'll show you what I'm, whoops. Undo that. Go select the node. Go and bring this here. Curve this, curve this, curve this. Actually, I want to delete that node. I just wanted to curve it. Now, I will make this into a pointed node. I'm going to curve that down. This looks like it's more curved this way. This is obviously curved up a little more. And so that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. If I click on this, that's the outer line. If I swipe up, the outer line disappears. But what's nice is now I can more accurately maybe bring that guy out there and yeah, something like that. But now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to fill it in black. So that now looks like that. I'm going to select the face. And if you double click, I moved it. Double click on it enough times, it'll go to it. And I'm going to fill that in with white just to keep with it. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you come in here, come down to this group, now that shows up, the white lines, and I can just totally get rid of that. So that's what that looks like. So that's how you would use this tool. Pretty cool, eh? Bye.